Namaste. And greetings from Hindus in Africa. Today, when we Hindus congregate together in New Delhi, we are meeting at our ancestral land and capital of Bharat. Indeed, we are gathering here at the sacred Bharat Bhumi. A particular wish to thank the organizers of this conference for giving me an opportunity to convey my views on the benefits to derive from Hindu unity and organization, and challenges and opportunities in organizing Hindu community in Africa. The problems affecting Hindus takes different shape and forms in different countries and regions of the world where Hindus are domiciled. However, these problems need to be identified, isolated, discussed, and intelligently tackled unitedly with one Hindu voice, first within the affected country, then at the regional and continental forums, and finally at the various global platforms. To effectively achieve such lofty goals, it would do well for us to borrow a leaf from what other religious communities have done in the past or are doing in the present, which is not to mean we are belittling ourselves by learning from others. As the spirit of our dharma shows, no one has a monopoly of truth, and learning from each other is the mark of true seekers after truth. By virtue of my social positions, I have been privileged to interact with other religions at regional, continental, and global forums, and have come to know that they work around planned agenda while we do not have, at the minimal, a plan or agenda in defense of our dharma. It is instructive to note that in the past, our unforgettable leaders like Maharana Pratap, Chhatrapati Shivaji, Rani Durgavati, Jhansi Ki Rani Lakshmibai, and others were able to fight physically so as to protect our dharma. Today, it is not possible to fight physically like they did, because the world is in the process of perfecting a new form of fighting. It is not enough to just praise former Hindu fighters for their sacrifice and sense of purpose. We must also emulate them and endeavor to be inspired by their deeds and sacrifice for our dharma. It also requires us to be generous with our time, monies, and resources. Most of the problems in Bharat and other countries are known by many of us, but we just feel helpless and sorry that we are not able to tackle them unitedly. Our interest in making Hindus appear as the weakest religion community in the world. My educated opinion, derived from the history, is that one of the most widespread religious conversion from a single block of people that have either taken place or are presently taking place are from amongst Hindus. The question that begs for answer is this: just for how long are we going to continue in this way of keeping quiet while our cherished dharma is being completely eroded with deliberate, open, and hidden agenda of other religions? In Africa, with very first establishment of Bharatiya Swayamsevak Sangh in Nairobi, Kenya, the above stated problems occupied the minds of Hindu leaders more strongly in 1972, especially when the Ugandan dictator Idi Amin expelled minority Asians from Uganda and confiscated their properties in the process. This was a wake-up call for Hindus in Kenya, who in the same year formed the Hindu Council of Kenya, solely to unite Hindus so as to help solve such their problems together as they endeavor to serve the local indigenous population by lifting their standards of living in the provision of education, health, business, training, farming, and other human development services in light of our dharma. The formation of the Hindu body to champion not only the cause of Hindus in Kenya, but also the cause of the lives and livelihood of locals has forever changed the attitude of Kenyans towards Hindus and has been positively recognized by the successive government. In the year 1998, as Hindu Council of Kenya was planning to celebrate its silver jubilee, 25 years since it was formed, the idea of disseminating the benefits derived by the formation of a local Hindu body to other Hindu communities around was mooted. Henceforth, we began to champion the formation of the national Hindu organization in each country in Africa. This was how the Hindu Council of Africa was born. It is impressive to note that 33 countries where Hindus are settled, with an estimated population of 2.5 million in Africa, out of 54 countries of Africa, accepted the idea and began in earnest to form national bodies in line with the Kenyan model of unity and service to indigenous people. I was elected the first president of Hindu Council of Africa. I, together with my team of elected officials, personally visited about 23 countries, about 2 to 4 times each, and at our own expense, and convinced them on the benefit to be derived from belonging to such a continental Hindu body. This is how the process of belonging from the local to the global body takes place. Individual family becomes a member of community and or temple. Organization like temples and communities becomes members of the National Hindu Council, maybe called Mandal or Sabha, whatever. National Hindu body joins Hindu Council of Africa. Hindu Council of Africa joins African Council of Religious Leaders, a continental multi-religious body. African Council of Religious Leaders joins the World Conference on Religions for Peace, International, a United Nations affiliated body. This is the organizational chart. As can be seen from this process, community matters are discussed and solved at relevant stages from the grassroots level right up to the world level, where they now become global concerns that call for global responses. To be heard at the global stage is a powerful way of winning agendas. There is need for many Hindus to explore this advantage in order to have the Hindu cause taken seriously at the global stage for action to follow without prejudice to other religions. I wish to give example of one major achievement of such unity as the international level with the backing of Hindu Council of Africa. I raised a question in Libya in the year 2008 during a joint forum of African Council of Religious Leaders and World Conference on Religions for Peace, as why Middle Eastern countries were not allowing for the construction of places of worship for non-Muslims. This question was adjudged valid by the Libya conference, and 2 years later, in 2010, a Christian church and a Sikh Gurudwara were constructed in Dubai. As I speak to you now, there is a high-level planning of a construction of a Sanatan Hindu temple in Dubai. For this reason, I have been to Dubai twice and have been privilege to give talks to Hindus as a way of awakening them to action. There is also a need to incorporate various Hindu organizations working around the globe for a joint collaborative effect to advance Hindu Dharma, since no single institution can advance the Hindu cause on its own. This will also help promote a Hindu connection to local and international trade and commerce and humanitarian development and assistance programs. This way, the Hindu voice will gain recognition and respect the family of nations and amongst people of the world. Today, as we are aware of achievements by single voice, very few Hindus are aware of or care about the benefits to be derived from the single united Hindu voice. It is quite unfortunate that many Hindus have the tendency of blaming their leaders in time of difficulties, but would rather choose the safety of their comfort zones and render zero supports to their leaders when they agitate against such social injustice as harm to our temples, calculated injustice to Hindus population, forced conversion of Hindus in Bharat, and especially in countries where they are in minority. Thank you.